I'm Tiffany, and this is Towering TBR. Back in December, I made a video talking about all of the anticipated releases of 2023. But at that time, I had not heard about many of the books that were coming out this year. So I am doing an updated second half of this video, talking about books that are coming out between July and December of 2023. I have 14 to talk to you about, and I'm so excited. There's quite a wide variety of different books that I'm going to be talking about, so hopefully there will be a good mix, something for everyone. And I will also include the release dates, but know that those can be changed. One of the books that I talked about a little bit in the first one that comes out July 18th is The Deep Sky by Yumi Kitase. This is a sci-fi book following humans leaving Earth. Earth is no longer habitable, and they're hoping to resettle on another planet. However, during their course of their journey, a bomb goes off, killing 3 people and knocking them off course for the planet that they're headed to. The terrorists, I don't know if there will be more than one. It's somewhat of a fast-paced book, I've heard, because we don't know what their motivations are. We don't know what they're trying to really do. And I have been looking forward to this since, before December. And it is just around the corner. So I'm really excited for that one. That one is going to be the only repeat. So on August 1st, we have Just Another Missing Person by Gillian McAllister. I don't read a huge amount of thrillers, but I read Gillian McAllister's most recent thriller, Wrong Place, Wrong Time, and I gave it 5 stars. Her pacing was immaculate. Her twists surprised me. I thought the character work was great, and so when I found out she was coming out with another book, I didn't even check to see what it was about. I was like, yes, please, I'll take that. So, doing a bit of research, we have a person who goes missing, and a detective is on the case looking for them. But I think they are blackmailed by the perpetrator with one of their secrets. And I think it's like the choice of coming clean with whatever the secret is versus hiding it and possibly not solving this case. So it sounds fascinating, and I can't wait. The next book comes out August 8th. It's called The Never-Ending End of the World by Anne Christie. I actually heard about this over on Robin's channel, Bookspin. I'll make sure to link him. But basically, everybody is stuck in like a time loop except for our one protagonist. And because of all these people being stuck in time loops, she thinks she might be the last person left alive and goes on a journey to figure out what's going on and if there's anybody else that's like her that isn't stuck. I was able to pre-order the ebook for like 99 cents. At the time of my filming, it is still on sale, so maybe snap that up if you're interested. Another book I'm really excited about comes out also on August 8th, and it is called Prophet by Sean Blanche and Helen McDonald. It's a sci-fi thriller about the prophet, and the prophet can weaponize people's happiest memories. I think things like start to materialize just out of the blue that are associated with people's memories, but then people keep dying, and nobody knows who is controlling this prophet or what their intentions are. Sounds really twisty and quite interesting. Another sci-fi thriller, I guess this is the year for sci-fi thrillers, is called Whale Fall by Daniel Kraus. This also comes out August 8th. And this is about a man scuba diving in the deep ocean, and he gets swallowed by a giant whale, and he only has 1 hour left on his oxygen to try and escape this situation. I've heard it's fast-paced, and the few people who have already read it have given it high reviews. I don't just read sci-fi, though. This was a lot of sci-fi, but I read a wide mix of genres. So if that sounds interesting to you, make sure to like and subscribe so that you can see more of my content. The next one I actually have an arc of. It comes out August 22nd and is called Bored to Death. This focuses on a man, Ben, who owns a board game shop. And one day he gets approached by a person wanting to sell a valuable board game. But the price just seems too good to be true, and he is suspicious.
Very suspicious.
So he decides to turn down the guy. However, that guy ends up dead, and Ben becomes the main suspect. So he takes it upon himself to solve the crime so that he can clear his name. I've heard that this is really quite a cozy mystery, and I'm really excited for it. Because I have an ARC, or an advanced reader copy, I should be putting up a review of it before it comes out in August. On August 29th, we have Learned by Heart by Emma Donoghue. This is a historical sapphic romance set at a boarding school. The characters we follow are Anne Lister and Eliza Rain. I don't know anything about those two. I'm a sucker for boarding school stories, so I'm very excited about this one. On September 12th, we are going to get a new book by John Scalzi called Starter Villain. John Scalzi is known for his funny sci-fi, and this definitely sounds like it'll be hilarious. We follow our protagonist who inherits his uncle's estate, and there are, the normal villain things like underground lairs that are below volcanoes, minions, rivals who want him dead, and also computer-savvy sentient cats. It just sounds like it will be an absolute joy to read, and I love John Scalzi and think that this sounds wonderful. On September 19th, there is a nonfiction book coming out called Against Techno-Ableism by Ashley Shue. In the book, the author wants to forge a more equitable world, but she wants to eliminate the idea that technology is all that we need to fix disabled people. A lot of people think of technology as magical fixes for disability, but she focuses on more structural changes that we can do to not only use technology to help everyone, but to create a society where you don't have to rely on the newest, greatest thing. It looks really interesting and looks like it will be building on the social construct of disability. So I'm really intrigued to pick it up. I did want to mention in that first video, I talked about Silverborn, the fourth book in the Morgan Crow series, was supposed to be coming out in the fall. That has now been pushed back to 2024, so we'll just keep waiting, I guess. On October 11th, the 11th volume of Saga is coming out, written by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Fiona Staples. I don't really know what the 11th one is about, but the series overall is about two warring species who get together and have a baby. And then they both have to go on the run with the baby because both sides want to hide this. And it is a very exhilarating dash through space as they are pursued by many people who want to harm them. So I don't typically read romance, but earlier this year I read Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake, and I really liked it. Her romance really felt plausible. It didn't feel contrived, which is the issue I have with a lot of romance. I did try to read the second book, but it was a hate to love trope, and I didn't care for it. However, I'm quite excited about the third installment called Iris Kelly Doesn't Date. It has a fake dating trope with these two women who are putting on a play. That sounds much more up my alley. I'm sure you've heard by now, but everybody seems to love Legends and Lattes by Travis Baldree, me included. They are coming out with a prequel called Bookshops and Bone Dust, which follows the main character and a bookshop. This was such a cozy fantasy that I loved, and I'm looking forward to more from this world. And the last book I have comes out November 7th. It's called Sail Me Away Home by Anne Claire Lizotte. This is a middle grade, and it is a standalone, but it is following a character that I've already read 2 books from. Martha's Vineyard is quite interesting because historically they've had a very high population of deaf people. And because of that, all of the inhabitants back in the day learned and used their own sign language. Current American Sign Language is based off of French Sign Language, and that's what is portrayed in this book. Our main character goes to France with some missionaries in order to help deaf people and to build a language. But I think she gets stuck in the middle because the missionaries weren't quite upfront about what it is they plan to do. I really enjoyed this middle grade series, but you don't have to read the first 2 books to read this third one. Those are the 14 books I am really excited for. Are there any books that you're excited for that I didn't mention? Let's chat about it in the comments below. Thank you for joining me. Bye!